Welcome to the SIP Scooter Shop video channel again. Today is a beautiful day and it's a perfect day to find a conclusion and a finish to our Vespa PX engine tuning tutorial season. The first thing we need to do is go to the dyno bench because we are still lacking a final measurement, and after that I'm having prepared a little summary for you what we're gonna do today. Mach mal auf, oder? In the whole tutorial season, we tested different components as different exhaust, different reed pedals, different ignition, CDI, a variable and a static one. And in the last two episodes, the first thing we did, we measured the timing of the engine, and after that we have ported the cylinder, so we changed the timing of the engine. And now what I did not show you yet is the result of the porting work. So today we're gonna see the result of the porting work, and that is actually the finish of the tuning work on the engine. Yeah, let's see. To check the air pressure of the tire is important to not have some losses because of more friction or less friction. So I try to keep the tire pressure always the same when I'm on the dyno. This is mostly the first thing I do when somebody comes to the open dyno event. Are you ready? So you might remember that we never found 27 horses with this engine in any episode before. So what we have here is a power gain of approximately 2 or 3 horsepower, because I think the maximum was in the X-House test when we had mounted the SIP Road XL. It was 24.2, and now we have 27 horsepower, so we found like 2.8 horses. It is due to the porting work. And as you have heard, within this episode season, I combined now for the final test all the winning components. So for example, the variable ignition was stronger than the static ignition, so I kept the variable one. From the X-House, I chose the most powerful one, which is the SIP Road XL. And now the porting work comes as an addition, and now we have the summit of power. What was possible to find, it is 27 horses. To round up this tutorial season, I also made a comparison of the cost and the tuning parts power output. Now what I prepared for you is a comparison of the cost of the components and the power they put out, the power gain. Welcome to the tutorials channel of the best scooter shop in the whole world. Let's start with the most expensive component, and this turned out to be the reed valve, either the V-Force one or the Boysen reed pedals. Even the Boysen reed pedals, they only cost around 70 or 80 euros, but they only give a gain of 0.2 horsepower, so the 1 horsepower would be around 385 euros to get there. This is the only reason why you should buy these, to have the stickers. And the V-Force reed valve block, the whole block is around 175 euros. So, and it also gives only, in our case, it gave only 0.2 horsepower, so it's a rate of almost 600 euros for 1 horsepower. V-Force also has stickers, but this time in our comparison Sorry, V-Force. So maybe this is one of the later steps you're going to take in your tuning work. I think it makes more sense to start with more reasonable tuning components in terms of prices. But as I'm only doing short trips, and I really promise I will not go full throttle all the time. Next, the second most expensive item in our list is the engine rebuild itself. Within this engine rebuild, we changed the engine bearings, the gaskets, the oil seals. And we also changed the crankshaft, as this is a part that is wearing out. And we also swapped for a race cylinder already, and we changed the ignition and we changed the exhaust. So all these 7 components sum up to a price, including the basic engine, of 2,300 euro. And the power that was before within the standard engine used to be 8.6 horsepower, more or less. And when we were finished with this engine rebuild and we already applied this crankshaft cylinder exhaust, then we had 21 horsepower. So the horsepower gain is around 12.4, and the cost of 2,300 euro divided by 12.4 is 185 euros per horsepower. But then you have already a new engine, like a completely rebuilt engine, like a 0 kilometer, a 0 mileage engine. I think it's a very good invest. It is the absolute basis. Without rebuilding your engine, it will not be very powerful, or it will not be reliable. There is no other way around. After the rebuild, the third most expensive component is the carburetor. The carburetor, I assume to find it for a price of around 150 euros in combination with the cylinder that we have also chosen. But I only compared a power gain of 1 horsepower, because to make this carburetor bigger or smaller, it makes such little difference, and it was hard to isolate. So maybe this figure is not really very good argued, but still I think it's a price of 150 euro by horsepower could be a figure that could be realistic. So if you don't have the AF sensor, then you depend on your own senses. If you have a lean engine, it will make a weak noise. It's like put, 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 put. And if you have a rather rich mixture, it's gonna make bam, 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 like this. One of the cheaper components is the cylinder. It costs 600 euros, but it also brings around more or less 6 horsepower. So divided the 600 by 6 horsepower gives like 95 euros a horsepower costs in our case. A really cheap one from my point of view is the sport exhaust. The SIP Road XL. Let's see if it is outdated already. Polini. Because if you swap from a Piaggio exhaust, which is really like a nozzle, it really puts the power to the bottom. Then you apply any sport exhaust, will always give you a huge raise in power. In our case, it was like we found at least 5.5 horsepower, and with the best exhaust 8.7 horsepower in combination with our race cylinder. And the conversion rate is like 21 to 25 euro per horsepower. So this is, from my point of view, one of the cheapest possibilities to raise your power. And the last not least, the cylinder porting. If you have a good quality cylinder, and the plating of the cylinder is rugged and reliable, you can port the cylinder and after that just make the edges round and just put it back to your engine. Then you have no cost, and the gain is around, we found 2.8 horses or something. But even in worst case, if you have to replate the cylinder after you ported it, then the replating is around, let's say, 180 euros here in Europe. And if you let that job be done, then you invest 180 euros for 2.8 horses. This is a conversion rate of around 69 euros. So this is still kind of a cheap tuning, even though it is dangerous because you can also ruin your cylinder with that. And one last advice for the reliability of your engine, and because you don't want to have problems with that, look for a very, very good clutch. Maybe over-dimension it, but it is good to spend money there because you don't want to have clutch problems on any touring use you want to do with your scooter. And now you see me a little depressed because the episode is on its end, the tutorial season is on its end. This tutorial season really was a great fun and pleasure for me to record it for you. I hope you too appreciate these efforts. I am happy because now I have my scooter back for me and can use it however I want. Please still keep online and connected to our channel. There are going to be some other tutorials which also will be very interesting. I'm happy to see you again. I say thank you very much for your attention in this episode, and a little advice. There have been a lot of previous episodes which are also kind of interesting maybe, and all these episodes build up on each other, so maybe have a look at them. And if you have any advices or comments, questions or proposals for future topics, please write it down in the comments. It will be read, sometimes not by myself, but by somebody else. And yes, looking forward for the next time. For your own scooter, have fun with it, try it, tune it. I love the two strokes, I hope you do too. Goodbye.